Melillo Consulting presents YourIT, a new web show about your IT environment, what it is, and how it can help your business. Today we have Melillo's Director of Business Development, Rob Albanese, to talk about how hyperconverged infrastructure can help your business.
Hi, I'm Rob Albanese, a Director of Business Development here at Melillo Consulting, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorite technologies that's out in the market today, and that's hyperconverged infrastructure. Now, hyperconverged is a very disruptive technology that's taking over data centers both large and small, but not everyone knows exactly what this strategy entails. And today we're going to do exactly that, answer the question, how can hyperconverged help my business? Now, before we go into the benefits and the challenges that it is solving, we need to set a level playing field for everyone and define what hyperconverged infrastructure is. And that's exactly what we've done in part one here. Hyperconverged infrastructure is a software-defined data center that allows us to consolidate the server, storage, and internal networking layer of our data center onto one software-defined platform. Now, this is doing many great things for our organization, but first we need to decide what happened in traditional IT that has led us to need hyperconverged within our environments. The IT challenge that all organizations are facing today is the way in which you spend your time and your money. And today we're going to categorize exactly what that means in these four quadrants. And this is showing what IT is doing on a day-to-day basis. Off the bat, the most important are our business projects. These are things like developing an analytical platform, maybe a mobile strategy, understanding a cloud engagement. It's innovations that are enabling your organization to differentiate yourself from your competition, become the main player within your field. Now, if we could spend all of our time and money there would be no IT challenge. However, everyone knows that's not where it stops. In fact, a lot of the time is spent outside of those business strategies. It's things like tech refreshes. It's things like IT upgrades and then the inevitable downtime, whether it's planned or unplanned. Now let's take a look at a data center to get a better idea of what exactly we mean by this quadrant. Well, off the bat, we have our business project that we just talked about. It's software and it's applications that are helping us exceed within our vertical. But if you take a look below the data center line, this is where we have the rest of the time spent. And off the bat, let's talk about tech refreshes. Organizations have hundreds to thousands of servers, whether they're physical or virtual. And every 3 to 5 years, these need to be replaced. So what happens? The IT team goes out and they talk to vendors and they talk to analysts and they figure out what would be the best solution to replace the hardware we already have. This is very time-consuming and costly. Now, once we bring in this new technology into our environment, we need to make sure that it's compatible with the rest of the stack within our data center. Things like code upgrades, patches, making sure that everything is working fluidly to support our softwares and our applications. But again, this involves someone within our team to be spent within the data center, taking a look at what is going on and ensuring everything is up and running. Very time consuming. And then finally, should there be an issue, is when we face downtime. And everyone knows downtime is very costly and very time consuming. Very detrimental to your organization. And we're not just talking about unplanned downtime. Planned downtime is very hurtful as well. If we have to shut down our organization for an afternoon on a Sunday so we can do these upgrades and these refreshes, well, that's time spent that our end users cannot be working with our applications. Everyone is running 24/7 these days, and we need to make sure that your organization is up and running. And this is why hyperconverged infrastructure is one of my favorite technologies. It's a disruptive technology because this needs to be disrupted. Organizations are spending up to 75% of their time and their funds outside of business projects, outside of tasks that are enabling you to differentiate yourself. And instead, we're within a data center. So this is where hyperconverged comes into play. If we take a look back at the definition of hyperconverged, it can help explain to us how organizations are seeing benefits by deploying this solution. And again, hyperconverged infrastructure is a software-defined platform that consolidates the server, networking, and storage layers of our data center onto a singular solution. Well, what does this mean? let's take a little bit deeper look into the exact proponents of what a hyperconverged platform is. And as you can see, they consist of multiple nodes that all have their own CPU, memory, and storage. Now the secret sauce comes in the way that we enable software to pull these resources together as if they were one and then serve them up to our applications. This is where we're starting to see the key features of a software-defined hyperconverged solution. Because we have all these in our singular platform, we eliminate the need to have the disparate hardware parts within our data center. No more storage array, and then no more networking to a server layer. As we drive out this unnecessary hardware, we're also driving out the amount of times we need to worry about tech refreshes, immediately bringing money and time back into business projects. And because we're not bringing in new technologies month in and month out, we also don't need to worry about compatibility issues. Everything's from one solution as it is. There is no more compatibility issues. Driving time out of the data center and back into software innovations. And then finally, because we're eliminating compatibility issues, we're also eliminating the threat of downtime, both planned and unplanned. There is no more need to have service windows on Sunday every other month, because we don't have as many spinning parts within our data center. Immediately bringing time, money, back into our business projects. Now, if we want to quantify this, let's take a look back at a study that was done of organizations who have implemented hyperconverged. And we've spread it out easily for you in terms of time and cost, the two IT challenges that every organization is facing. Off the bat, time. There's people that deploy this solution see a 41% reduction in time spent within our data center. Time spent outside of our software and our applications. We also see a 96% reduction in downtime. Again, guys, this is both planned and unplanned. And then finally, from a cost perspective, we are seeing a 36% reduction in the total cost of ownership within our data center. This is why hyperconverged is enabling organizations to differentiate themselves, to drive software innovations, to drive new projects that are enabling you and your organization to be the top player within your field.
Thanks for spending your valuable time with us today. For more information on hyperconverged infrastructure and what it can do for you, contact Melillo Consulting today.